This thing is wild. I'm starting now because it just started. I was like about to start it. My camera just started. So hey, so as you know, as you read the title, this is an unedited LuuLuu. I think I need to do a playlist of them. I'm going to do a playlist. See, these are things I got to put on my list to do. Anyway, it's an unedited LuuLuu, and it is December 31st. It is the last day of the year of 2023. It's about 2 a.m. It's really early in the morning, almost 2. And the thing is that I fell asleep a little early, and then I was kind of like just not doing what I should be. And I said, get up and be productive, because that's my thing now. If I'm going to be awake in the middle of the night, need to be productive on some level. So after this, if I'm still awake, I'm going to clean up a few things, maybe fold some clothes. I don't know, because I do want to maximize my time. So let's talk. So I was thinking about it in the bed, and this was said, get your ass up and do it. Was talk about 2023 and talk about 2024, because I am one of those people. I do think about it. I don't always talk about it. Sometimes I don't act on it, but I do think about the new year. So I wanted to talk about 2023 a little bit, and then talk about where I'm going 2024. So let's talk about 2023. 2023 has honestly been a year of kind of like just existing. I haven't done, if y'all hear Juicy, it's because she wants me to go lay down, because she feels like we have to sleep together, and she's not comfortable until I lay down. So she's crying because she wants me to go lay down. I'm just letting y'all know this. So if y'all hear her crying throughout this, that's why, because she mad at me right now. Like, if you don't get your ass in the bed, I don't know what that's about. I don't understand, but she is like that. Anyway, so 2023, I was thinking about my year in review, right? I have to be honest, I haven't done a lot, and what I mean from a lot, yeah, I haven't done a lot. I really haven't. I think I was lifing. So the beginning of the year was filled with me dealing with finishing up my master's program, and that was very stressful for me. And I listen, I'm being real with y'all, I didn't even know if I was gonna pass my master's program. I thought there was a point where I was like, I was about to throw up my hands and say, fuck it, I don't know how this is gonna happen. And so it was stressful, and it wiped me out mentally, right? And so I finished that up in May, and I was thinking, oh, I'm gonna do so many things this summer because I'm done with this master's program, and I didn't do nothing hardly. I mean, it was like I have not been as active as I would like to be personally, even from doing content on my channels, I wasn't. And it was no reason not to be, because y'all know I have the summers off pretty much. So I have weeks that I could do whatever I choose to. And I didn't do much of anything. The only thing that I did pretty consistently this summer was play in my garden, which I'm proud of that. I did some good things in the yard, especially in the front yard. I didn't finish up everything. But I got plans for this spring to do some, I'm planning my spring plantings and everything, cleaning up the yard and everything. So I'm excited about that, even though we're just going into January. So that was one of the things I did do pretty good this year. I will say that. My outdoor gardening. But when it comes down to like my social life and stuff, I barely did anything. I'm just being honest about it. Barely did anything. Couple of things that, and I'm just being for real. I think with the panorama, it's got me in this kind of like lazy vibe. And then what I mean lazy is like lazy, and do I need to get up and get dressed lazy? You know, it's like, yeah, no. I'm just there. And so that stops me from doing things. I'm just being straight honest about this. So a lot of times it's like, yeah, I don't feel like doing anything or getting dressed. And I got my grandkids here, so I be having, I sit there and I laugh and joke with the grands, and I'm okay. And so that's been my 2023. Also 2023, I have to be honest, I gave up a lot of my time, and it was on me. And so I have to, so that, with the family, let me say this. It was not because I had to. Let me say that. And, it's not that I had to. It's not that B and Brandon, the B's, were like imposing my grandkids on me. It's just like, I spend the time with them, which by doing that took away some time from me. Now let me get this right. During the summertime, there's no excuse, because we drop the kids off at daycare every day. So unless they was not feeling well. So it wasn't like I didn't have a lot of time that I could have been just living my best life, doing some things. I just did not. And so I have to own that of what I did. So let me just put that out there. So it was not because anybody imposed this on me. I just didn't do it. And so now I'm looking at that like, dang, and the interesting thing is that there's no reason for it. So let me just stay there for 2023. Now, when it comes to doing this kind of stuff, videos and everything, I also kind of, real talk, I kind of lost my, I'm not going to say my love of it, my passion for it, because I am not going to make it that serious. But I lost my enjoyment of it. And I think it was because of a few things. One of the things was, of course, as I keep saying, the shift in how the fragrance community is right now. And the reason why I say that is because I keep saying that it feels like the beauty community and the makeup community, which was always about, which is where I started doing videos, which I got tired of based on the need to be, first, and the need to be on top of the new releases and things like that. And I was, and that wore me out, and I just got bored with it. And so I shifted to the fragrance side before it became popular, because honestly, and I said it, I was bored with beauty. And so I started looking at fragrance videos, and I was like, I was like, yes, this is a space where it's not about, and at the time, that's part of the reason why. It was like, well, it's not about rushing to buy the newest thing. It was about finding fragrances that you like and talking about them and learning about new stuff. And that was the fun part to me, was being able to not be bound by the strictures of the beauty / makeup community, which is you got to be on it when them new releases come out. You got to run and you got to get it. You got to go ahead. You got to be one of the first. You want to be one of the first people to talk about it. You got to be on these new things. I didn't want to do that. That's not who I am. And so that bored me after a while. And so I shifted, right? And now I think it was bothering me because I'm seeing the same thing here. We got to talk about Burberry Goddess. Oh my God. Dolce & Gabbana got this new one. Oh my God, the new opium, I have to get it. Oh my God, this is new. Oh my God, this is it. And it's just like, it took some of that enjoyment out for me, which made it harder for me to even want to do some stuff, because it felt like, what's the point of it? Because really, people want you to, in order to be relevant, you need to like be doing this type of stuff. I started getting into Bath and Body Works on almost Real Talk, like, oh, okay, well, it started interesting me. And then I started getting caught up in it, and now I'm done with that. I really, and the reason why is because that's another space where it's like, you got to be on top of it. And everybody is, it's like, it can be overwhelming. It's so much of it. It's always coming up with something new. The price point is great, so that's how you wind up buying all this. But it's like, do I want to be this person and have all of it? And then start notes, I say, you're really not utilizing some of it. Now, I do use the body creams a lot, but like the body sprays, I barely use them. And so it's like, you can't be buying these all the time. You just cannot. So I'm shifting out of that and everything. And I had to be like, okay, it's okay. Because Real Talk, Bath and Body Works will get you some views. But it was like, do you really want to focus on trying to get these views on something that you really are like, about? And so I've decided to go with, that's okay. And so this year has been kind of, I'm just being honest, mentally, from doing this type of thing. It's been a little challenging for me. I've always said that if I ever decided to stop doing this, y'all won't know. It'll just stop. I'll just walk away from it. I won't be somebody who announced it or anything. It'll just end. So I was starting to feel that way. Real talk. Like I was going to just stop doing it. But then I was like, do you really want to yet? And it was like, I don't know. So that's kind of like why it's been kind of challenging for me to put out content, because it just feels like, what's the point? There's so much of this stuff out here. Really, what is being tracked, what is being, popular ain't you. And then, so that's it, and so then I had to have this thought, and so that's where I've been 2023. I'm just being honest. It's not that I am looking at, listen, just be honest. Okay, so even though I don't care about being the most popular, I really don't. But when you do put out content and you're putting out a decent amount, it starts wearing on you when you start going, well, nobody new was looking at me. And don't get me wrong, my regular people, I love y'all. My whole squad, I love y'all, and we vibe. And so that is the thing that has kept me going, is my whole squad. So if you're watching this and you are part of the whole squad, just know you are part of the reason why I have been able to put out any content in 2023. Because, I have fun with talking to you all, and we chat, and it's a great time. So that's the one thing that has kept me in this game, is y'all. And that's for real. And so I want to thank you all while I'm in here in this ending of 2023. I want to thank you all for that, because with the way I was living my personal life, I didn't need this kind of outlet, to talk to people that weren't in my family, that was on something that or the conversations that I like to talk about. And I don't have anybody in my regular life who's into fragrance like this, or who can relate to spending money on crazy shit. So I appreciate you all. And so I want to end this year by saying that to you all in the middle of this conversation. And see, the reason why this will work is because y'all my whole squad. and y'all will watch this far in. Some people ain't gonna watch it, but y'all will watch it. Now, I love y'all for that. Hold on. Okay, so while I'm talking about my whole squad, let me put this giveaway in here right now. I thought I had done all the giveaways, y'all. I didn't. So there'll be some giveaways coming in January. I'm just going to sprinkle them in whenever I can think about it. So that's the thing. Okay, here is the giveaway for the last day of the year. This is Unique Luxury Discovery Set. It is 12 fragrances in here. Yeah, it's 12. They all messed up. You can't tell. But it's 12, 2, 4, yeah, it's 12 fragrances in the card with all the notes in them. So, you know, so let me give y'all something different to do in here. So, once again, of course, in order to be in this, you need to do a backflip. If you watched another video, a live of mine, you'll know I said that. You need to do a cartwheel and send a video of it to me. And then tag 17 people and tell them, and tag 17 people in, oh no, this ain't IG. Okay. And then you need to be subscribed to me. And then you need to share me on Facebook, and you need to share this on all your social media. And I need to see, you need to send me a screenshot of that. And for real, okay, for real, you need to be subscribed, and you need to put what emoji we gonna do? A pound, because we pounding it out into 2024. So Unique Luxury Discovery Set. So there we go. All right, that one's gonna be tough to send out because it's so big. Oh, that's gonna. Oh no, I could just put it in the back. What you do? Put in an envelope, Louise. You so extra. All right. So anyway, there we go. There's the giveaway. Now back to what we're talking about. All right. So that's kind of where I was in 2023. You know, as I once before, I just have to reiterate. Thank you so much, and let me say a shout out to my Discord chat group. I know some of y'all are like, Discord chat group. That's from when I had subscriptions on the other channel, and these were the people in that Discord chat group. I'm still, so they know it's a small little group of people who chat with me all the time. Y'all know y'all the MVPs. And I have some other people, some other subscribers. I'm not going to name them, but you know who you are, who are so special to me. Y'all all special, but they know they extra special. Thank you all for being in my life. Okay, so let's go into 2024. Okay, so let's talk about 2024. So things that I've been thinking about 2024. Why is this right here? Don't you hate when you see something that's like wrong? Ah, there we go. Put the top on. Okay. So let's talk about 2024. So saying all this angsty shit about 2023, let's get into some positive things about 2024. So with 2024 coming up, one of the things I always do, and this is like, I don't know how I'm gonna do it here, but I've always done like a low-key end of year kind of ritual for myself. I don't have my honey, y'all, it used to be like real serious, and probably by next year it will be, because I have my space ready for it. But I used to burn certain candles at the end, because I would be by myself toward the end of the year, do my cards, do my last, and yes, for the people who don't know, I do my own tarot cards. So I would do my tarot cards, just do something like that. I really want to get back to some of those things again. So that's part of 2024, is getting back to some of the things that I normally had in my routine, right? Because I've let my routine change, living multi-generational, when I didn't have to, because I have my own space. You know, it's not like I can't close this door and do my thing. And the kids usually go up early enough so that I really do have enough time to do some things for myself. And I have to start taking that time. So let's talk about some things that I haven't been doing well. My skincare. I know y'all compliment me on my skin all the time, but I have not been taking care of my skin that well. I don't. And yes, this is unfiltered, no makeup, of course. But my skin, I have not been taking care of it. Now, here's what I'm saying. You know, I know y'all always, but we see you in the morning stuff. But let me tell you, what I haven't done well is the extra things. What I haven't done well is my nighttime skincare. Y'all, some days I'm so out of it, passed out, that I wake up just enough to get back into bed and go to fuck to sleep. So my skincare has been off. Just here to say that skincare has been off. And on those things, like, and what I mean by that is using my mask, you know, masking up, exfoliating well, just being really intentional about my skincare. That's number one. And so I'm going to be doing, you know, I'm going to be more intentional about taking care of myself. That's one. And so with that, I'm going to talk about how this is going to work into the channel, because I'm going to talk about the channel things also with this. So part of the way this will help me is because it will help with content. Let me talk about content later. Okay, maybe, I don't know. Maybe I should start talking about content now, Louise. I don't know. Okay. So anyway, my skincare. That's the number one. I have not been taking care of my skin that well. Self-care stuff, like I got this beautiful tub upstairs that no one uses, because that's pretty much my tub. I have not, and I mean, even during the summertime, I was not soaking in my tub the way I should. I got all kinds of stuff to soak with. I've got bath salts. I've got bath, and they still sitting there. And that's got to stop. So I will be doing that on the regular, you know, and just incorporating things in my regular routine, because I have not done those things. And it's crazy because I have it. It's not like I don't have it. It's not like I live in a space that I don't have a luxurious tub to with jets, if I want to turn them on, that I could soak in whenever I want. It's my tub. No one bothers that tub but me, because B got her big ass soaking tub too upstairs. So, you know, I'm just need to do that. Being more connected. And what I mean by that is being connected with people and just enjoying life a little more, going and doing some things, which reminds me, I want to do this plant thing I want to do. So just absolutely doing some things. And if it means doing it by myself, I'm okay with it. I've never been a person that needed somebody to do some things. I was telling somebody, I was so crazy as a little kid. I used to just go out and get on the bus and go places. My parents, you know, this was the 70s, y'all. I used to just get on the bus and go. My parents half the time didn't know I was where I was, because they would be at work and I'd be like, on a Saturday, I'd just like get my little coins together and go do something, go to the mall by myself, things like that. So I am not this person that needs other people to do it. So I need to stop doing that. And also just being more connected to people, pushing out a little more, like stop buying all these fragrances and actually buy a ticket someplace and go visit some people and hang out. So those are the things on my agenda. I need to head on out to Atlanta again and see my girl Faith and all the people that I've met in Atlanta. Just, you know, come out there and tell them in advance, hey, I'm coming. Want to see y'all. Perfumes with Pat, Shannon. Where are my people, the M&Ms? I'm going to have to reach out to them. Okay. And that's what I mean by being connected. I need to reach out to people and check on them. And then also what I've done, and this is on a personal thing. This has nothing to do with the channels. But before any of this, and I don't really talk about it much on here, is of course for some people who really have been around know that I I've been a belly dancer for years, and for years I taught, and I had a studio, a fitness studio for women, and then after that I did some other things. A little chocolate Rocky Road swirly kind of vibes. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. And so I have connected with many women over the years, from when I had my dance studio Hipquake, and we would get together and like have cocktails and just talk. And so in other spaces and places, oh, my hands are so dry. And so I have set up a Facebook group to reconnect with these women that were, this isn't what I'm looking for, that were very a part of my life from that standpoint. And I just want to reconnect with them, and on a virtual level and a real life level. So to like see about, meeting up, doing some traveling, things like that. And of course, even here with, people here, I would love to travel with and meet up with people. Of course, if you ever come to Chicago, just hit me up and let me know so we can meet up and have like maybe a little, meet up at Starbucks or something, have a little coffee, a little tea, talk fragrances, whatever. People know they can do that with me. So when I can, I get out. Okay, so that being more active personally, my life has become very sedentary. There was a time, and I always say this, being broke keeps you active. Because when I was broke, when my money wasn't that good, I was a lot more active on a daily basis. Why? Because I had to walk places. I had no car. So I was taking buses. I was taking public transportation. And I used to have to like sometimes walk miles to get to work. I was telling people this, I used to like get up early in the morning in order to get to the train to go to when I was substitute teaching in the suburbs. And I'd have to walk from the bus almost a mile to get to the train. Then I'd get off the train and then I'd have to walk almost 2 miles to my job. Luckily sometimes people would pick me up, but if they didn't, they didn't. And then I would walk back to the train in the afternoon. And then if I was being cheap, I would get off the train and then I would like do things. And then sometimes and then once I got a bike and the weather was okay, I would ride my bike to the train. Kid you not, carry my bike on the train, ride my bike to the school, lock it up, then do that whole thing and ride my bike back home and everything. So I was much more active. And when I worked downtown, when I stopped doing that and I was working downtown in the, South Loop, I was riding 6-7 miles a day one way to go to work and then come back and if on good days I would do that and then, walking. So there was a lot of built-in activity and I ain't been doing that lately. So I'm working on my activity levels and I will say my grandson playing with me messed up my knee a little bit, my good knee, because I've always had a bad knee and it's my good knee that's been messed up a little bit. So I'm trying to build that back up and everything so I can be more active, because I really do want to be more active. I am a person who helps people lose weight, get in shape. Why am I not in shape? Because I've been lazy. So that's that. This is going to be a long unedited. I'm looking at this motherfucker. This is long as hell already. Okay, with that. Now, other things that I need to do. I need to like really build in the things that I need to do every day. Taking my supplements, things like that. I can just not do it correctly. So those are the things that on a personal level I am working on making sure I do going forward, because listen, we got to make the best of our time here. You know what I'm saying? And I'm at that age, man. Facebook is becoming the obituary page for me right now, because you always see somebody saying, I'm like, okay, I don't want to be that person right now. I need at least 20, 30 years. I'm 56. I need at least another good 20, 25, at least 25 of living good, doing my thing. So now I need to get that all in order. So that's part of what I'm doing, putting that all back in order. Now, let's talk about the channel. Finally, I'm getting to the channel, y'all. So let's talk about the channels. And I don't necessarily mean just this channel, but just social media. So I'm going to try. I'm putting a good effort in on being more consistent on all of these channels, and working out how to make that happen. TikTok, IG, and YouTube, 3. And YouTube has shorts, so there's 4 things that I need to work on, right? And so I am working on that plan of action, because I still enjoy doing what I'm doing. So now I have to make it work for me where I feel value out of it, because at the end of the day, whenever we're doing some shit, we gotta get some value out of it. And even though I have created a lot of good value out of doing this, I want more value. Fuck it. Okay, so here's some channel things that will be coming up. Listen, I had to, as I've been saying in the last few weeks, I've really had to figure this part out. And one of the things I had to figure out was, I'm not going to be one of these channels. I'm not going to be on top of what's popular. I'm not going to be rushing to buy what everybody's talking about. I can't do that, because that's not who I am as a person. The reason why I burnt out so quickly with the makeup and doing that is because that has never been me. I have always done my own thing. I have always been ahead of the curve. Always. It's just who I am. Or doing my own damn thing and not caring. So being on social media and doing things will fuck with your head, because that's what we do. That's what social media is about. It's trying to be popular. And in order to be popular, you got to be like everybody else. You got to go with the trends. You got to, do whatever. That's not who I am, though. I've never been that person. I've always been that person who's done exactly how I want to be, what I like to do. And I didn't give a damn. That's what I was even known in high school for being. So I can't be this person trying to rush after the latest fragrance. I can't be that person who's trying to run out and buy the latest thing. I just can't. So I'm going to be who I am. And so with the content on this, it'll be exactly what that is. It'll be the fragrances that I like, the fragrances that I'm trying out. And so I am planning on trying out more fragrance houses, smaller ones, because I just want to delve into those more, as opposed to trying to buy the next, Xerjoff, trying to get some Xerjoffs, trying to don't get me wrong, they're still on my list, but they're not going to be as much of a priority when it comes to spending the money that I prioritize for buying things like this, which gives me joy. Now, the other thing is, even speaking of that, since I'm kind of phasing out Bath and Body Works, I'm moving, as I'm trying to empty this shit out, I'm moving into like trying different brands, just seeing who's out there. Not them expensive motherfuckers as everybody's talking about, but just interesting brands that have things out there that I might want to try. So there's where I am. Even on the body care, it's going to be a little different this year, because I'm going to, I'm trying to use up things, but I also want to just try different things, right? So that I have 17,000 samples here, and I've had samples for years, and I've had content that I could have done over and over again. And so I'm going to take the time to put out that content, talk about things that I've had sitting here. And I do mean sitting here, that I never talked about, that y'all have never seen. You know, the stacks and stacks of decants I have here. I've got stacks of Christian Dior private line, never talked about. I've got Chris Collins, never talked about. I've got a lot of brands here that I've got samples of that I could be talking about. And so I'm going to challenge myself to actually use them, try them out, and talk about them and get the content out there that makes fucking sense. And with that, I understand that not all that stuff's going to be watched, but it is what it is, because I really just want to establish who I am and continue to be who I am when it comes to this kind of stuff. I'm just being honest. So there's that. Now, with the other part of it is, of course, using the content that I have more effectively. Like the stuff I put on TikTok, I need to do TikTok compilations and put on here, because there's stuff that's short form, but it's not as short, because YouTube shorts are only 60 seconds. So you have to stay in that right there, right? So those things will have to be put into compilation type of videos and posted up, because it's like, why aren't you having all this content? I can have all kinds of content. So I'm going to do that. Now, so with that, and then even with TikTok and IG, have to really put in how am I going to put in the content and make sure that I am being robust and putting my best foot forward, because it's not about that. It's about putting my best foot forward and using what I have and utilizing it in a way that actually makes sense for me and makes sense for my people, because I've always said I'm not here to be popular with the creators. I'm here to share stuff that I have with y'all, because that's who is important. And so keeping that in mind, that's what I'm going to do. Now, YouTube Shorts, because YouTube Shorts is kind of totally separate from your actual YouTube videos, I'm going to be putting out more content, making it more robust in a way that I haven't done. And what I'm talking about is I'm going to start wearing my makeup more, and doing things like talk about skincare, talk about body care products, talk about even my Amazon favorites. I'm always buying shit off of Amazon, never tell y'all about it. So I'm going to incorporate those in YouTube Shorts, which will be like mini reviews. Now let me tell y'all something. If y'all see somebody doing this in the fragrance community, I need y'all to call them out. Be like, oh, I see you using LuuLuu's vibe. Because I'm just saying. So I think, so that will be the way that I will put out different types of content without messing with the algorithm, because the algorithm is insane. But what I found is that the shorts are separate from your regular YouTube channel, and YouTube will push you out to different people more on shorts, because they're trying to really push shorts. So I'm going to take advantage of it and really use the shorts better than I have. I'm also going to get back on my community tabs and make sure they are a little more robust, because real talk, I don't like community tabs that are just about whatever your content is, like always talking about makeup, always talking about fragrances. I think community tabs are what they should be, community tabs. So if you notice I put up other things, that's why, because I want my community tab to reflect other things, like funny things I see, let's have a conversation. I will try to do more polls on there, things like that, just make it a more interactive part of this channel. So those are the things that I'm really trying to put together. And by doing all this, I think my empties will be better, because by adding on and really using my skincare, really doing some, really doing things like that, I will actually have more empties. So that's where I am going from 2023, where I was just like kind of living, into 2024, and really trying to move forward with a more, I don't want to say, because my life is peaceful, don't always believe that, but a more well-rounded, more fun, exciting to my life. Because I've been kind of like, whatever. I'm an introverted extrovert, because I'm an extrovert, don't get me wrong, but I've become very introverted on top of it. So I'm going to work on, I think, by sitting around, and I've been in my head and thinking about it. I'm writing it down. I'm working on my plan. I'm getting into my planner. It's over there. I'm going to put some real thought into my planner and actually use my plan. I'm going to try to use my planner more effectively than I ever have. And just getting back into, and speaking of that, let's talk about the other channel, my usual chatty channel, my original channel. That channel, I'm going to put live streams, because pretty much I only live stream there, but we're gonna have more intentional live streams. Yes, we'll always have my chatty ones, we're just talking, but I want some more intentional ones, talking about things like using my planner, like astrology, because I love astrology and I want to get back into it, talking about destiny cards, all these things, the goddesses, and how to tap into your feminine energy through goddess work, things like that I've been into over the years, and life and things I just got out of them. And so all these things that I have learned over these years and have been a part of my life, I need to put them all back into my life and make them more, and share a little more, because maybe that will be something that somebody will get something out of, or learn something new, or because I guess, real talk, I guess I am a teacher. I've been teaching off and on all my life, and I never even noticed it. So talk about the things that I've looked into and found, and maybe you can find some more, research it more, whatever. But by doing these things, using my time better, I think that I will enjoy this even more. And so that's what I want to do. I want to enjoy. If I'm going to keep doing this, I have to enjoy it, but I also have to see that I'm giving value to people. And so, yeah, that's 2024 in a nutshell. Hopefully I will get out a lot more. I've got some plans, like even just going to the museum by myself, going to a few places, just heading out, doing a few things by myself, getting myself, like taking care of myself like that. And don't worry, at some point I'll talk about them, but as I've always said, I'll never really talk about the things like that until I've done them, and made those changes, or done some things. I'll talk about them then, because I really hate talking about something and saying I'm doing something and then I just don't get there. I'm all about self-motivation, because that's who I am. And so when it comes down to those things internally that I need to do, I keep it to I do it on my own and keep it to myself until I'm ready to share it with people. So just know I'm working on some things, And if it works out, if I make it happen, y'all gonna know about it. And even if it doesn't, after a while, I might tell you and be like, let me tell y'all, I was trying to do this and it didn't work. But I don't like the whole in the middle. And then, I just tell you, listen, this is what I was trying to do. Yeah, that didn't work. Okay, so also, with all this being said, stay on me. If you see that I'm not doing something that I said in here that I was trying to do, stay on me. I really want to make sure that I do certain things. So look, if you don't see shorts come up for 3 or 4 days, you say, Lou, what's going on with the shorts on YouTube? Because I really want to make sure that there is a good amount of content coming out, and utilizing the things that I have here. Not saying that I'm about to buy a bunch of shit, but all this stuff that's in this room needs to be, I just want to share with y'all, because what's the point of me having it all here and doing this type of thing and not even telling y'all about stuff? That's just dumb. All right, y'all. This is one of the longest unedited LuuLuus ever, but it was the end of year thoughts. How was your end of year? If you watched this far, tell me about it. Tell me any plans you have. We don't make resolutions. We make intentions and plans. So what are you planning? What are your intentions for 2024? All right, y'all. Y'all have a great day. I'm going to post this up, so it's probably going to be like 3 o'clock in the morning when this goes up. So if you watch it early in the morning, tell me whenever you watch it. Just give me your thoughts. Let me get off of here because I'm still talking. Bye-bye. Be bold, be brave, be fearless, be free.